I think today my aim was really for everyone playing in the wine supply chain, from the producers to the wine sellers, to the wholesale, and then to the retail, and ultimately to the customer, to understand the lay of the land. Coming out of 2018, it was a daunting year, but I think there's a silver lining in terms of producer prices. There's a movement of anything between 20 as high as 30%. So I believe we're turning the corner in that regard, so the producers can smile. For sure, it's not enough for them to start planting and maybe start expanding their current enterprises. But at least, in my mind, it's a good starting point for them. I think there's a better understanding also from the buyers. And in buyers, I refer to the wholesalers to understand exactly the cost level at farm. Over the last 12, 13 years, an annual increase of around about 7.5% production cost, whilst the producer prices only has risen anything between 3 and 5%. And that is not sustainable. We need more. I think what's important to understand, we're looking at the gross income per hectare. Anything of a minimum of around about irrigation environment, 85,000 per hectare. But when you start competing with other enterprises and you say, listen, I want a specific return on investment given my irrigation that I'm doing, and I have a choice between wines and maybe other alternative crops, then we look in the vicinity of 100,000 per hectare, dry land, anything between 75,000 per hectare. And I think that for me was the critical message today, to understand what's happening here. We're also seeing an increase on the retail selling price. That is typical in the liquor stores, also in your liquor shops, on average between 6 and 8%. And we need to understand, now the consumer, he or she is paying more. Maybe they will make a call and say, well, I need to buy maybe at a lower price point. But that is, in my mind, our real challenge. We need to market our product in a responsible manner. Otherwise, at the bottom end, there's competition between other liquor industries. And that, for me, is the key of walking out here today and make sure building sound relationships between the producers, the wholesale, and then your retailers. And to make it viable in the long run. Don't make a call based only on one season. You need to have a long-term plan. And I think that is, for me, in the end, the call to action for everyone playing in the supply chain, being a supplier or a producer. Listen to one another, listen to understand, act with integrity, make sure your value system is of such a nature that you can walk a path with a specific business partner, and you need patience in this game.